your Gulf Coast weather authority. This is Fox 26 Morning News.
8:12 this morning, free heart screenings revealed major problems among many cops in the Missouri City and Sugar Land police departments.
Yeah, Dr. Kota Reddy conducted tests on nearly 400 officers, and he says he found that many of the officers' hearts were what he calls ticking time bombs. And that could be bad news for cops and the people they're sworn to protect and serve.
This morning, Dr. Reddy joins us along with Sugar Land Police Chief Steve Griffith. And gentlemen, good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
Dr. Reddy, let me start with you. What did these tests reveal when you say ticking time bombs?
Basically, what we were looking for to see was if there was any plaque buildup in the arteries of the neck. Two, if there was any calcium buildup in the arteries of the heart, and looked at the cholesterol to see what the cholesterol numbers were. And there's another factor called ApoB, how much of the bad cholesterol is truly bad, and an inflammatory marker. We also looked at their blood pressure, electrocardiogram, and their weights. And what we found that most of the young officers under the age of 40 had significant plaque buildup. That's something you would expect in a 70, 80, or 90-year-old person. Two, officers in the age group of 35 to 45 already were showing early signs of calcium buildup. That's another sign that if you're having calcium in your arteries, you're already forming plaque. Three, we found a lot of them also had symptoms compatible with sleep apnea. Four, they had high blood pressure. So when you look at all these things, if you don't correct it now, by the time they hit 50, 55, they're at high risk for having heart attacks and strokes. So that's how we started.
Well, Dr. Reddy, that sounds like it's extremely unusual. Do you know what might have been causing this to happen?
It's simple, diet. It's all good food, the food we've been eating. High calories, meaning the more calories you consume, the more chance of forming plaque in your arteries. What calories? It's mostly sugar and starch. The culprit is sugar and starch. We've been eating a lot of starch in the form of bread, pasta, fruits, juices, chips, cookies, crackers. All these contribute to obesity, killing your good cholesterol, raising your triglycerides, putting you at risk for diabetes and high blood pressure.
Well, Chief, you cannot be pleased hearing this. So what do you do with this information with your force?
You change your eating habits, and we talk about it all the time, and I'm a prime example. The doctor here told me I had the arteries of an 80-year-old.
Really?
And that really drove home the point that years of shift work and food from fast food businesses have really added a toll.
And what are you planning to do now to make sure that you address this and that, in the future you have a lot more healthy cops out there?
Well, as the good doctor says, we've all talking about it. We're all changing our diet. We're all very focused on being able to improve our health, because ultimately if we improve our health, we improve not only our lifespan, but we improve the citizen service.
Doctor, is this something that is unusual to only emergency shift workers, or would any shift worker find themselves in this sort of kind of cycle where they would find themselves in a dangerous spot?
A lot of them, yes. It's not unique to cops and firefighters alone. A lot of people who are in the same scenario. Anytime you have obesity, you have family history, and you're not controlling your diet, you're at risk for forming plaque. In the past, it took a long time to form disease. Now, the disease process is being accelerated because of the number of calories we are consuming.
Here's what I find kind of interesting, because you said it was about 400 cops that you looked at.
And firefighters.
And firefighters as well. Now, if you were to take just a general population of 400 in that area, was it unique to the firefighters and cops, or is this something that, it would probably have been the same in the general population?
It probably you probably would see it more among firefighters and cops because, if you look at their lifestyles, they tend to work longer hours, hard hours. Most of them are surprised to find that they're actually holding two jobs. So if you're holding two jobs, working hard, then your focus on food is different and your access to food is different. So when you're eating different kinds of food, which is high in saturated fat, sugar, and starch, then you're more likely to have the problems compared to a person who does an 8-to-5 job.
Solution takes a lot of planning, Chief. Use your own personal example about lifestyle changes. What are you doing?
Well, certainly I've changed my diet, and as a result, thanks to Dr. Reddy, I've lost 25 pounds. Exercising more, feel better than I've ever felt before.
Well, congratulations for that. I'm going to have my husband watch this because he needs to get on the program as well. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you for inviting us.
Gentlemen, thank you very much.